The things to know when looking at Seneca Valley virus are detection, what it causes, how to treat it, and what to do to prevent it from getting into your livestock barn. Knowing about Seneca Valley virus can save you heartache and money when it comes to your animals. I feel that I'm qualified to teach you this because I did show hogs for 3.5 years, and I did compete in FFA speeches talking about Seneca Valley virus. This virus is a small, non-developed virus, unknown until 2002, whenever it was accidentally discovered by a few scientists at a college institution. It is speculated to be due to the use of products like swine bovine serum, and is typically spotted in the warmer months, but can be spotted all year long. It usually appears as blisters around the snout, mouth, or the feet where the hoof meets the skin of the hog. Seneca Valley virus can cause lameness, off-feed events, and diarrhea. It is usually in little piglets right after birth within 7 or so days. It can cause genetic mutation in the future if an animal does survive, which is highly unlikely for an animal to survive once they do have it. It's believed that mice actually transfer this disease from farm to farm, carrying it in their bodies and on the outside of their bodies, especially if farms are in close distance to each other. Flies do the same thing. They carry it within them, and then they're going from farm to farm, biting animals, biting pigs, and that can also spread this disease pretty quickly. You can also get it if your feed isn't stored properly. So if you leave your lid off your feed bucket and mice and flies are getting in there, or you're not refrigerating certain foods, or whatever the case may be. Seneca Valley virus is not under any national surveillance, but it has been spotted in many countries such as Brazil and Australia, and in quite a few states. When I was doing more research a few years ago, it was only about 5, and now it's grown over the years. They have tested samples on larger sows, the mamas pretty much, but they only typically have the disease for 5 to 10 days, and then there's no more signs of it besides them orally projecting the disease for about 3 to 4 weeks, but it's not within their body. There's no vaccines available, but also there's no survivors that have been noted. If you spot the disease, you should immediately contact your vet for testing and things like that, and also immediately contact the slaughter that you're wanting to use, so they can make sure that their facility is up to terms with what you're about to bring in. Your vet will typically ask for a collection of things such as vascular fluid around the skin scraping, so wherever the erosion is, you'll just do the skin around it and put that in a sterile solution. Oral fluids and nasal or oral swabs in the sterile solution as well, and you'll collect those and send it to your vet, and they will send it off for testing. There's no cure, so animals should be slaughtered immediately after you find the virus, because it can affect your whole barn. If you have full of pigs, not really if you have sheep or anything like that, but if you have pigs, the one who's infected should be slaughtered to prevent it from contaminating everything else. In conclusion, when dealing with hogs, you should know about this virus. You should know about any virus when it comes to having a barn and taking care of animals. But Seneca Valley virus is very, very deadly, especially if you are breeding. Knowing what this disease entails can prevent owners from the heartache of losing multiple animals. So catching it very early on will keep you from losing all those animals, and save you money in the long run, because testing is not cheap and you're going to be spending tons of money on testing. So yeah, it's very important just to be aware of Seneca Valley virus and all diseases within your livestock animals.